Another banger episode of Monday Night Raw. I'm starting to understand you guys. Smackdown in the mud. I like how WWE ain't afraid to push the envelope. Dominik, you stabbed me in the back. And something you probably heard before.
It just wasn't deep enough.
What you talking about? What? No, seriously, what you talking about? I'm 5. Corporate needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. Yes, people, Raw is still going strong. Love the Orton Gunter segment, CM Punk's attack on Drew McIntyre, ouchie. TV14 extravaganza. You know, Dumby having small PP. Oh, that's what it means. Intercontinental Championship match. And of course, a lot more. People, welcome back to greatness of Raw. Don't forget to like and subscribe to make my dreams come true. I never got to finish my story, which is 500,000 subscribers. People, I want to tell you all the reasons why you should be using the sponsor of today's video, Opera. I mean, what other browser is fully featured for privacy, security, and everything you do online? You can customize the look of Opera and even force dark pages. I've been using Opera for a very long time now. Let me tell you what I can do with it. Opera has Aria AI where I can ask questions and get those answers instantly. Aria also gives you the ability to highlight any text you see on the internet, and it will give you an explanation, overview of the topic, or even translate it. Look, I see you with these 59 tabs open. No longer a problem with Opera since it has tab islands. In Opera, you can organize your tabs and put them into folders, and your browser is looking all clean. Also, nobody likes ad pop-ups. Luckily for you, Opera already has an ad blocker and also a VPN, and it's already in the browser. I can also multitask by using picture-in-picture, whether I'm scrolling the internet, working on my videos, or anything else. I can do that and watch videos at the same time. Sidebar is a game changer. You have your Aria AI, messengers, social media, music players, everything in the sidebar. Forget about dozens of tabs. Also, without having to screenshot the entire page, with Opera you can screenshot the specific part you want to, which is something I use multiple times a day. Also, if you're using a laptop, Opera has a battery saver so you can browse up to an hour longer. Also, with Lucid Mode, if you come across a blurred video on the internet, it will sharpen it, improve its quality, and you can even compare the difference. People, Opera is the absolute best, and what if I told you it's free? Well, it is. So make sure to use the link in the description and download Opera right now. People, Raw kicked off with a bang. Rhea Ripley enters the ring. She had a lot of time to think about what happened at SummerSlam. She says she has relived it in her head over and over again, but now she's just pissed the hell off. She tells Dominik stabbed her in the back, and maybe he has heard it before, but it just wasn't deep enough. Oh my god, a pee-pee joke on Raw. A pee-pee Dom be having a small pee-pee. Small pee-pee Dom, that's the new nickname. Dare I say, people, Dominik Mysterio has zero Coco Jumbo vibes. Liv Morgan ran away with her championship, but she can't run forever. We hear Liv Morgan laughing, and we see her with Dominik Mysterio. They could barely talk, obviously the crowd hate them. He left Rhea because she was bossing him around. He had to call her mommy. That was embarrassing, humiliating, and now he has someone who calls him daddy. By the way, always thought calling your partner daddy, that's a bit yucky, isn't it? It's a bit yucky, huh? He gets to have chicken tenders whenever he wants. Oh my god, he found her. That's her, people. This is peak relationship goals. You know, some dudes bragging, oh, I can do whatever I want in bed. That's cute. Infinite chicken tendies! But Rhea Ripley says, you know what? I'm proud of you, Dominik. I'm proud that you could actually be a man. That's one of my biggest accomplishments. But one thing is that when it comes to his dad, she just wanted him to beat him on his own because she didn't want any excuses that he was better than Ray. But now since he wants to make his own decisions like a man, she should be proud of him for that too. The thing is, that is the last decision he's ever going to make. Of course, Liv is talking about how Dominik is all hers now. Rhea has nothing. Even the championship is hers. Obviously, Rhea Ripley is not impressed. We see Damian Priest behind Dominik and Liv, crowd goes wild, and of course we got a fight. That was actually a pretty wild segment, absolutely loved it, and this led to Carlito versus Damian Priest. Absolutely love watching Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley as babyfaces. They were kinda on the good side anyway, like they were the better half of the Judgment Day. They were actually like, you know, making good decisions. They were rational. Well, of course, Damian Priest beats Carlito and we got the Judgment Day with the attack. Rhea almost got to hit her finisher on Dominik Mysterio, but Liv saved him. And then they ate chicken tendies. Chicken tendies be bussin', man. They be bussin'. Man, like, I'm watching this shit and I'm always like, Raw on Netflix is gonna be wild. It's gonna be absolutely wild. They're already like, well, they're not being that PG anymore. A lot of things, like, we got used to it already, but imagine this shit in like 2015, 16, 17. None of that shit happened. Like, WWE were so strict on that, even though it's TVPG, they used to act like it's TVG, like SpongeBob. Also, we're getting a mixed tag team match at Clash in Berlin. Okay, I'm f***ing with you at this point. It's Bash in Berlin, I know. Which is pretty interesting. Like, in general, the pay-per-view is looking really, really good. Makes me really sad that I didn't go. People, you know what breaks my heart? I will never get to see WWE live. It honestly breaks my heart sometimes. Y'all don't know how good you have it there. Niall wants Maxine in American Made. Obviously, Maxine is not gonna abandon her partners. Which was a decision. It was a decision because then we got the tag team match, American Made versus Alpha Academy, and they just randomly decided to have an absolute banger on Monday Night Raw. Holy shit, chance, this is awesome. I loved every single second of it. People, Tozawa had a banger, a classic on Monday Night Raw. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler, but he's like doing this, whatever he's doing on Raw all the time, you know? Of course, Maxine Dupree got attacked because she didn't make the right decision, and that's how American Made won the match, which is like, you could beat Alpha Academy clean. It's Tozawa! Come on. Come on. But, again, already love this tag team. Love this faction. I do wish they were in a more prominent position because, like, when I heard about the news that we're gonna get this faction, Chad Gable is gonna get the Creed brothers, I thought he's gonna be carrying the Intercontinental Championship. Bo Dallas says there have been a lot of emotions, especially last week. He says the work isn't done, and repeatedly says, my life for you. It's a lot of cryptic stuff, man. It's a lot of cryptic stuff. I do hope that Uncle Howdy is actually going to wrestle at Bash in Berlin. I do have high expectations for the match. Not necessarily the quality of the match, but the moments. I think something crazy is gonna happen. And I don't think he's gonna wrestle as Bo Dallas, right? Xavier is getting tired of Kofi's shit, man. He doesn't tell him anything. It's almost like Jones is a member of the New Day right now. Kofi said we're gonna support him in the match against Vincent Whiny. People, Vincent Whiny. Vincent Whiny. I love the name. It could be a great gimmick. Every time he gets hit,
it hurts, man. Why are you hurting me?
Shocked Undertaker fan face, Vincent Whiny actually lost. And then we see the final testicles. With all the testicles in the world, these are final. No more testicles, people. Again, playing more mind games. He's saying Kofi is trying to replace you. Xavier says, enough. Which two of you are going to face us next week? And Kofi again says, what about a 6-man tag team match? Literally a lion fed by Triple H. Raw, 6-man. Like butter and jelly. Xavier's pissed off. I've been saying this for a very long time right now, especially since Big E is not coming back, unfortunately, anytime soon. The New Day, they had their moment. They are one of the greatest WWE tag teams of all time. It's been time for a breakup for a very long ass time. I keep saying this. I want to see one of them turn heel. Something needs to change, man. At this point, it's a bit of a nostalgia act, so I hope it is going to happen. We see Drew McIntyre and Adam Pearce. Adam says CM Punk is not here tonight due to travel issues. By the way, he lied. I don't care about Punk. I'm looking at the present right now. I'm just wondering why Randy Orton from SmackDown is fighting for the championship. Orton is a snake in the grass. I will do your job and take care of it. Just trust me. Actually legitimate questions why Randy Orton from SmackDown is fighting on Raw and he's not even drafted yet. Actual, legitimate questions from Drew McIntyre. A very good man, Drew McIntyre. Pete Dunne says he was never under the wing of Sheamus. Sheamus was using him. He even changed his name to Butch. Don't ever say that name again. If he has to shut Sheamus up to never have to hear that name again, he will do it. I like the idea of Triple H being, I always hated that name. Vince McMahon always had stupid ideas. You know what, Pete Dunne? Say how much you hated it. Bronson Reed is not finished. If you're not gonna give me a match, I might as well find my next victim. Then we see R-Truth and he says, dude, I got you the Intercontinental Championship match against Braun Breaker. That guy, that's not Braun Breaker, that's Bronson Reed. But then we see Orton and he says, dude, you're a former WWE champion, Grand Slam champion 2 times, main event at WrestleMania, beat John Cena, you got this! Man, you really think so? Great facial expression by Randy, I love that shit, man. Of course, we did get the match, and The Miz wasn't necessarily buried or squashed, whatever you wanna call it. He actually did good, you know, but it wasn't enough. After the match though, Bronson Breed, his gimmick is that he breeds a lot. Guess what I'm gonna do next week? Breathe some more. Bronson Reed picked his next victim, R-Truth. He did the exact same thing he did to Seth Rollins, and I absolutely love that. Continue with something that worked. You know, that was kind of the same thing with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker got over because he just kept beating the shit out of everybody. Now, obviously, Bronson Reed ain't Braun Breaker, but so far this is working. People talked about his attack on Seth Rollins. I love that segment. Everybody did, I believe. So let's continue that. Let's send some people to the medical facility. Or AEW. We got the Women's Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders match. Damage Control versus the Pure Fusion Collective. I ain't reading all that. What kind of name is that, man? Oh my god. Well, anyway, just like I told you many times, I do not care about this shit. I'm trying my best. The match ended in DQ, you know, just regular shit. As much as I love the fact that WWE are actually doing something with these championships, this is just some filler shit, man. Okay, let's talk about our boy Randy Orton. He said, "In this building, I became a world heavyweight champion for the first time." When you defeated who? "I became the youngest world heavyweight champion by beating, who? Chris Jarrett? Something? And he's going to become a 15-time world heavyweight champion." Obviously, he gets interrupted by Gunther. I love this segment, people. Gunther says, "You're wasted potential. This is a new era, and in this era, there is no Randy Orton." Orton says, "Yes, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I own up to every single one of them. I'm Randy Orton, the most unpredictable, violent, controversial, yet successful WWE superstar in the history of the game. You see this as a curse. I look it as a gift. And I'm gonna do it my way, the American way. USA. USA. Since when Randy Orton is using an American gimmick? I hear voices in my head. I think I did pretty damn good for myself. Dare I say, you're kinda acting a little bit, stupid. When it really matters, you always screw it up. Just look at your family. Your grandpa screw it up. Your father screw it up. And you screw it up." Randy didn't take it well. You never talk about familia. No familia drama in ring. We see Drew McIntyre. He wanted to take care of Randy Orton. RKO out of nowhere to Gunther. And CM Punk interferes. He is in the building. And from the looks of it, we're going to get a strap match at Bash in Berlin, people. Which I think is great. You slowly build this shit. Now we're going to get a strap-on match. And then at Bad Blood, we're going to get a Hell in a Cell match. This is peak WWE storytelling, people. Peak WWE storytelling, WWE universe. And people's strap match is not necessarily the most entertaining match, if that's what we're getting, but it's all about the storytelling. The story they will be able to tell. This is gonna be absolutely ruthless. All fun and games, bro, but oh my god, it's Pete Dunne with the shillelagh! Not the shillelagh! The most dangerous weapon in the WWE, people. The most infamous weapon. Shillelagh. We could be getting this partnership, which I don't mind. Sami doesn't have a lot of confidence before his WWE Intercontinental Championship title match, so Jey Uso hypes him up. "You Sami Zayn Us, yeet." Okay, Jimmy, that's not helping. Yeet. Jimmy, I'm literally shitting my pants right now. Yeet. Jimmy, seriously, come on. I'm Jay. That's not how you hype up your partner. All you gotta say is, yep. So we got the WWE Intercontinental Championship, 2 out of 3 falls, which I love. Love the camera angles, love the idea of having this kind of match in the main event of Raw. You know, we're watching this for a reason. Sure, it's predictable, but that's because we're marks. We know who's gonna win. But it makes a great show. I'm actually watching something that matters. I'm watching a championship match. I'm watching a damn good championship match. I'm watching a match with a stipulation, a random ass episode of Raw, instead of wasting my time watching a 6-man tag team match that leads to absolutely nothing. Sami got 1 fall, Breaker got 1 fall, but in the end, of course, it was Braun Breaker who retained the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Yet another show ending with Braun Breaker on top. Dude is a star in the making. Lovely stuff. Another great episode of Raw. Like, I wish SmackDown could get some of that shit, man. Like, last week's SmackDown was alright, but it's mostly because of Roman and the main storylines. A lot of people are saying SmackDown needs to be 3 hours long, and I'm like, no. No, it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be 3 hours long, God forbid. It's always the case in the WWE. Whenever one show is great, another sucks. In 2016, SmackDown was great, Raw was kinda, meh. In 2017, it was the opposite. I believe Raw was better than SmackDown. So, it's always like that, man. You see, Raw has two rivalries that are just basically printing money. Both rivalries are on Raw. But thank you, people, for watching this video. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you sticking to the end. Like, subscribe if you already did, and the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.